But I want to talk to you a little bit about your life and some other stuff. And I want to start asking, how did you guys meet? Like, how was that?
I will let her tell her version first.
Okay. How long have you been married?
We've been married 31 years.
31? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're old.
So you were married like with 10 years old?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Exactly. We were married at 22.
Yeah, both 22.
We met when we were 19?
I was 18.
Okay, you tell the story. You tell your version.
Okay, I'll tell.
Bem rápido.
Okay, I'll tell the. Oh yeah, like no one else understands Portuguese. I'll tell the correct version. Dwayne and I met in 1988 during the Winter Olympics.
I was born in 88.
You were
seriously? Nossa.
Okay.
June 13th, 88.
Wow. Okay, he can call us mom and dad now. That's like next level. So I went to do evangelism for the Olympics, and
it was in my city, Calgary.
Yeah.
Calgary.
In my church.
Which state?
It's Alberta.
In Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, in Canada. Oh, yeah. Forgot
so
this Canadian.
It's this whole other country. And so I went up there, and Dwayne and I were witnessing partners. But before that, he had a surgery on his knee. I didn't know that. And so he had these funky pants on that were covering like a brace. So he was walking really funny, like drag, thump.
With a bad limp.
With a really bad limp. And he was kind of quiet. But he picked us up at the airport. So my friend and I are behind him walking, and she says, "Is he a little bit simple?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, because he drives." You know?
I hope not.
I hope not.
But now we know he is. No.
We found out.
We found out.
And so my first impression was she had crazy hair.
Really?
That looked like a poodle.
It was the 80s, baby.
It was the 80s, right?
So I was like, meu Deus. So, because all our other friends, that was a little bit pre-perm hair when you had that tight curly hair.
Yeah, I've always been cutting edge, though, right, baby?
Okay.
No, my hair was huge.
Huge.
So the bigger the hair, the closer to God, we say.
Okay.
So I was living that dream.
So you went to his city to evangelize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, the Winter Olympics. Yep.
And so we weren't really interested in each other in a romantic way at all. But we started a little friendship. So this is pre-email. Okay, this is where you actually would write a letter and send it.
Oh, yeah.
And so she wanted to go to Youth with a Mission in Amsterdam. Okay. And I was, according to her, I was a compromiser because I wanted to go to Youth with a Mission in Hawaii.
Okay.
Come on, man. You don't go for the beach. I was going to go to minister to prostitutes and drug addicts.
You gotta suffer, right?
Yeah. You gotta suffer. He's going to go surf? Come on. So I was judgy, all that to say.
So long story short, we both ended up in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And we were in different ministries. And even when we got there, we were still focused in other areas.
And he had another girlfriend.
Okay.
But we became friends.
Yeah.
And for us, that would be the foundation of our marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm actually very grateful that we got to know each other in a friendship before a romantic relationship. Mm-hmm. Because that would now be, even today, our foundation is friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we enjoy each other. We still laugh with each other today. Mm-hmm. But the foundation would be a friendship, you know.
Yeah. Someone told me when I was single, you got to marry someone who you like to talk.
Yeah.
Because in the end, that's all you're going to do.
It's true.
Yeah. You talk.
You talk.
Together.
Yeah.
You got to like each other.
Yeah.
Communication.
Totally. Yeah.
Hanging out together. Yeah. And we're at the place now where our kids are leaving our house.
Yeah.
And we still enjoy each other.
Yeah.
So now that our kids are leaving, we're not threatened.
Right.
We're not afraid of our marriage or our relationship, and to me, that's a blessing.
Yes.
That I'm excited still about my relationship.
And
my marriage is the best thing in my life.
Yeah, mine too.
And
awesome.
so for that,
that's
I'm
so
very grateful.
And how did it happen, like in Amsterdam?
It's so hard to talk about our marriage because even looking back, it never felt super hard. And so maybe...
But I mean,
No,
like,
but
how did you start dating? Yeah.
Well, that's a whole other story, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, for me, it was, my eyes began to open.
Okay.
And I was interested.
Different way.
I got a different
way.
haircut.
Yes, she was not so, yeah. Anyways.
Moving forward.
I'll keep my mouth shut. So, she was not still very open. Her parents were in the middle of a divorce.
Okay.
And her friend, I went and talked to her friend. Her friends, leave her alone. She's in the middle of this. And so, but I couldn't hold it back. And so we went to, the first time we went out together, how many restaurants? 2?
One restaurant, 2 cafes, and a carnival.
An amusement park.
Oh.
So we did that all in one evening. And so on the way home, I brought up, hey, what do you think about us? And she put it back on me. But I think in the beginning, you were still fearful, a little
Absolutely.
cautious. You were cautious. Her parents' marriage was falling apart. So you were very cautious. And you were, it took you time to kind of just get comfortable with saying, hey, I want to have a serious relationship.
Absolutely. I would say, honestly, Dwayne was the first human being I trusted.
Really?
Like, my parents lost my trust when I was a child, just through brokenness and lots of bad choices. So I learned early on I had to take care of myself.
Okay.
I couldn't trust them. So to trust and to be vulnerable enough to fall in love was the scariest thing in my life. And so when he, on that walk after our long escapade, when he said, what do you think about us in a relationship? I was certainly not going to answer first. And I said, I don't know. What do you think?
Okay.
And, everything went back to him because that was way too risky for me to expose myself.
The thing that was the grace of God, I think, in the beginning of is we decided to date. We were seriously looking at marriage, and we went to a marriage counselor, preparation for marriage guy.
Okay.
And he had us do a test to evaluate ourselves. Mm-hmm. And he asked some questions, and in it, he would kind of we'd evaluate ourselves, and then we had to evaluate each other.
Okay.
In terms of temperament.
Okay.
So how I respond when I'm mad, sad, and glad, and how he thinks I respond when I'm mad, sad, and glad, and vice versa.
Okay.
So it's to see how
So
well
good.
you know each other.
And the thing, there was just, he put down hers, and then he put on top of it what I saw. And it was incredible how it was the same.
Okay.
And that brought a rest to her. He knows me and he still wants me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Right, exactly. No, because I was very honest in the test. I'm like, if he really wants to marry me, because he fell in love faster than I did for my fear issues. So I thought, I don't know if he actually knows me. And if he does, he may not really want me.
Yeah.
And so when he took this test, and it was things like becomes dominant when insecure. No one's looking for that in a girl. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not, they're looking for blonde, blue eyes, humor, blah, blah, blah. Not that. And so I was really vulnerable on the test, really showed all of my weakness without holding back, because this is the time to break up before we get married. So I was pretty sure, because we took the test and then came back a week later for the results, I was pretty sure we'd break up, because
Really?
who would want that? That was my perspective. And so first they did my test over him, and I was pretty good. I knew him pretty well, but I was off in a few areas. But his understanding of me was exact. And so it was honestly one of the deepest moments of my life to be loved at that level. And then as we're walking home, I'm holding his hand. I'm in silence just because I can't believe he really knows the messy stuff of me and chooses me. And in that moment, the Lord said to me, and he's just a man.
Yeah.
How much more of you do I know and still love? And it was a moment for Dwayne and I, and it was a moment for me and the Lord. Just that I am known in my mess. And it just brought a level of peace and security.